So good afternoon everybody, and it is a Thursday afternoon and we are out on this LXR SE. I'm going to call this version 1. We have got the new SE Carbon Edition in, and customers purchased that. I'm going to be out on that doing a review soon, but we're out on this one first. So this is the LXR SE, let's say version 1, and we're going to go out and have a little test ride, but we're going to do a totally different ride circuit. So I'm going to do a ride circuit 4. We've added a new ride circuit, yay, including my favourite, a little bridge. So looking down, TFT screen, doesn't that look good? And it has two different modes on that TFT. So leaning down, flick the button, that is your second option. Massive great speedo, gear indicators off on the right hand side, rev counter and the fuel and your water temperature right across the top. Very easy to see. I prefer this one because it's all down the bottom and your revs come up round the top right. Battery charge, time, mileage, but a gorgeous looking screen to this TFT display, and this feels a lot bigger in the seat than 125. Looking down there, I'm straight legged for a change. Yes, I've got my shoddy old overalls on today, but I've got my bike gear on underneath because I am on the spanners today. Decent mirrors as always with these. I call them the butterfly wings or butterfly ears. Come up to the side, but there's a great view off of those. You can really see a lot behind you, so do like the mirrors on the LXRs and the SEs. It's just a shame that they discontinued the 380 version of this, because I absolutely loved the 380. Did the very first test ride of the 380 when Spicy 110 had the Vendetta 250, and I absolutely loved that bike, but obviously discontinued. But they have now got the LXR 125 Carbon Edition out, as we will call it, or version 2. Seat on this is so comfortable. Now, being a 32-inch leg rider, the seat is so comfortable, tucks me in, and I will show you how good the seat is on this when we pull up under my favourite bridge. Throaty engine noise as well, so we'll do a couple of red bombs under my favourite tunnel while we're talking. Now, as always, I'm running the GoPro 10. I do have the drift as a backup camera, just to catch obviously audio or anything, but we're using the Rode wireless mics on this one. So I'm just going to pull up and we're going to put it right here in the middle of nowhere, pop it into neutral, and it's very easy to just work down the box on this as well and back up. Look at that, how easy that is. So side stand down while the bike is running. Notice how at night time the clock changes colour. Brilliant idea. So all your usual controls on this. You've got horn, indicators, hazard lights, main beam, dip beam, headlamp flash, and then your light modes are here. So starting with the headlights completely off, you get the daytime running light there. Second mode is your daytime running light and your two what I call eagle eyes down the bottom. Go into mode 3, full lights on, then obviously everything comes to life on the front of that bike, and you've got these LED bars just across the top of each of the headlights. So great idea. Decent tyres on this as well. So on these tyres you're running the 110/70/17, so which is just a little bit down from the big sports bikes which normally run a 120/70/17. You've got 110/70/17 there along the back of the bike, and on your rear, decent Mag Sport tyre, and that is running, if I could see it, down the side, a 150/70/17 there. So it's only a little bit down from your big sports bikes, normally run a 180, so you've got a 150 to the rear. So looking down the side of the bike, emblazoned with the Lextech LXR SE, Lexmoto badging, all this black flashing and all the transfers, they're really good. Coolant is there, very easy to get to, unlike the LXS, so LXR is a lot easier to get to. Oil level there, nice grabby peg there, rear brake fluid, and then your pillion pegs are there. So obviously avoiding the back of the bike because it's got a reg plate on for the customer. We're not going to be showing that. But just look at the stitching on this seat. How good to have a decent seat with a nice little bit of stitching down there as well. And from the rear you can make out how good that position light is to the rear of the bike. Bit of kit and a half this. There's some nice weighty bar ends just to get rid of the vibration as well. So what is the difference between the SE and the standard LXR? For one, that aluminium swing arm, you're not going to get any rot down there compared to the steel swing arm. So standard steel swing arm on the LXR SE is an aluminium swing arm, but the main thing is inverted forks. Decent sports suspension with a set of inverted forks, dual discs to the front, so one will do the front brake, the other one will do the rear brake, and a mix of 70% rear, 30% front, or 2/3 to 1/3. That's what we normally say. LXR SE badge emblazoned on there, and then checking out stainless system that runs down the bike as well. The stainless exhaust all the way through, big old chunky fuel tank, and a nice tank pad to the bike. Right, let's have a listen. And it does pop a little bit as well, which is great. So side stand up into gear. Now peg position, before I move off, let's have a look at the peg position. So I'm there, legs tucked nicely under the tank as well, so 32-inch leg. I can tuck up quite nice on this, and the clutch bite is beautiful, nicely adjusted. Make sure I adjusted the clutch before I come out. As soon as you get out into the light, your display will change colour, so you've got a nighttime and daytime mode automatically adjusted for you. Adjustable front brake lever, and obviously you've got the adjustable front suspension. So if you want to firm it up a little bit, let's get going. A little bit of a different ride test on this one. What's it like over the bumps? Really nice. Let's open it up a little bit. We're going to try it over a few of these speed bumps just to see how good that suspension is. But obviously sitting, I'm literally just bolt upright and just leant over just a little bit to get to the bars. You can tuck yourself in on the tank, and tucking in for obviously your speed is very comfortable. And I do miss riding the sports bike now I'm on a tourer, but it does the job. So not even up to temperature yet, she's just starting to warm up. Looking through the corner, get round the car, but low torque, 5th gear, just putting a bit of torque on the motor, pulls up very quickly. Obviously if you do open the revs up or shift down a couple of gears, you can get a little bit more, but for the purposes of a brand new engine, don't want to be over revving this and putting high revs through the bike. But it handles absolutely superb through the corners. Really is a very nice bike to ride. And even that little bump before I hit the corner does not unseat the bike. It's got some decent tyres on it, got a lovely little engine in it. It sounds very, very good. And all the controls are very, very easy to use. So let's get it out on some dual carriageway and open it up a little bit and see what it sounds like at 45 mile an hour. Let's work through the box. 3, 4. Now I'm taking it easy on the engine. Once you obviously open these up, I'm just doing the throttle very gently. I am not trying to obviously pin the throttle wide open. Just take my time with it and build my speed up on this new engine. There we go, nice big bump, and that suspension just soaked it up. Now it's got the adjustable suspension all the way around the bike. You can adjust it all up to what you need, but looking down, very easy to see how fast you are going. Nice big visual display there of that TFT screen. Right, let's pin that throttle now. Build the revs up, nice and easy. Keep my eye on that lorry, and lo and behold, where did that rain cloud come from? So 3 miles on the bike. Let's head for the dual carriageway, the main one, and get a nice long run in and just see what she's like on a decent run. Front brake. So just coming in on the front brake only. Perfect stopping. And even the back brake feels really good as well. And there is quite a headwind, so you obviously know that there's rain rolling in because the wind's picked up on me. And I'm getting buffeted quite a bit, but the bike is just sitting there. So 4125, even getting hit inside on with that wind, it's not a problem at all. Now we're going to come on rear brake only, use the combined braking, a little bit of water on the road, and rear brake. It stops very, very well on that rear brake. Perfect seating on this. I do like this bike. Can't wait to actually get out on the carbon version and show you how good it is. So, onto the dual carriageway we go. And I'm not going to lean it too far on new rubber, but it corners absolutely beautiful, finds its own line. And 44 mile an hour, 45, there we go. So sitting at 45, out onto the dual carriageway we go. Keeping my eye on the numpty car that is behind me. Oh, it would have to be an electric car, wouldn't it? Have to be a Tesla. The only thing I'd like to do with a Tesla is pour petrol inside it and set the thing alight. Do not like electric vehicles. No engine noise. But she's sitting great on this dual carriageway. Very easy to read the display, see how fast you're going. Headwind on, and it's dropped me a mile or so. So I'm trying to sit at 45. As soon as I get a gust of wind, it does drop the speed off a little bit on the bike. But these are normally good for around about 65 mile an hour. You're going to average. Now obviously the technical data says, oh, it will do X amount of miles per gallon. Going by what people have told me, they are hitting between 75 and 100 to the gallon. Obviously those that hit 75 are the ones that are absolutely hammering it around all the time. Like my mate Disrocks. And those that take it nice and easy and just put the power on gently are going to hit better fuel consumption. It's not all about the fuel consumption, it's about enjoying the ride on two wheels. And this is a gorgeous bike, really is a gorgeous bike to ride. I have reviewed quite a lot of these SEs and I can't wait, as I say, to get out and show you the new carbon version, what it's like on a road test. It is a little bit more refined, does look a better bike, But all the SEs are all much of a muchness. It's just obviously a panel change, a couple of little tweaks here and there. Would I buy one? Hell yes. I do miss riding a sports bike now I'm on a cruiser or a sports tourer, but the feel of being on a sports bike just makes you want to tuck yourself in and be the next Marc Marquez or the next Valentino Rossi. Great bikes. So someone said give it a reach score when you do it. Rideability 10, economy 9. It's a sports bike, it's going to eat fuel. You know you're not going to ride this sedately everywhere. It's going to be pinned to the wall. So 9 on economy because it's going to come down. Affordability, a little bit more than the standard LXR. Obviously the LXR is about 3.3. These are about 3.6 I believe with your on the road fees. So a little bit more money. But affordability, it looks the business for the extra money. Yeah, definitely. And if you look at some of the sports bikes of equivalent brands, or even the Japanese brands, a lot more money for them. So LXR SE, definitely worth the affordability. 10 out of 10 there. Comfort, can't fault this bike. It is lovely. Tucks me in nicely. I've got my legs tucked nice into the tank. Feet on the bars, perfect riding position for a sports bike. 10 out of 10. And handling, well, this thing you can throw it anywhere. Once you've warmed these tyres up and bedded them in, I guarantee, oh, it's running away with me there. Keep it at 45 rev, keep it at 45. Once you've run this bike in, you can throw this thing around. I'd love to get somebody's LXR that's been run in and just see how far over I can get the damn thing. Now we did that with the 380. I managed to scrape my knee out of a pair of jeans on the 380, but on a decent set of tyres, set of Michelins or set of Pirellis on one of these, you could throw it around. 125s, you can. Anybody can get any bike knee down. It's technique and riding style. It's not about how far you can get the bike over, it's how far you can push the bike to its limits, and this can be pushed. So 49 out of 50. I love the Lexmoto LXR SE. Mind you, all the LXR range, it is darn good. And you've got to remember, it's got most of this is Taro, so T-A-R-O. These are designed by Taro, and Taro are one of the biggest sports bike manufacturers in China. Taro do a lot of bikes, and it's not just Lexmoto they do as well. They do a lot of bikes for other brands as well. So Taro, well refined bike, great engine, cooling system is amazing, keeps it nice and cool. It's not even got up to mid temperature yet, with that big chunky radiator on the front of the bike. It is really good. Right, so hill climb was all good. I'll make sure this bike keeps running away with me. It just wants to go a little bit faster every time. I've got to sit between 40 and 45, and it's just topping 47 at the moment. It's like only a couple mile more, but right, we're going back down here. A little bit of trail braking going on there. One of my bad habits, and if you are a new rider, please do not try trail braking. No, stay off the front braking corners. I do tend to trail brake on corners, but obviously with that dual braking system, it does come in handy if you go into a corner a little bit too hot. Just a little bit of brake, don't overcook it, ease it back. It just wants to do more and more. And I'm literally, I've got the tiniest bit of throttle on here. Noddy nod. I recognise him. That looks like that is my next MOT that is coming down to me. I thought I recognised the bike. It's one of my mates coming down for an MOT. He did say he'd be down around about 1 o'clock-ish. So I shall head back to the garage now. We've got 8 and a bit miles on the bike. Ride test all good. This bike runs absolutely beautiful. Give the customer a call. get the bike registered and taxed, and then we're good to go. But absolutely beautiful, 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 beautiful. Really good. And there goes Uncle Plod. That happens to be our village pub here. That guy lives about 4 doors from me. As I'm seeing everybody I know today, it's like, oh, we saw you out earlier. Yes, I know. And Phil from the garage was out on Monday and happened to spot Rhythmic Biker and Simon GTR 1400 out having a run together. So, we're heading back, cup of coffee and cigarette and shoes. Yes, I'm back on the fags. And just a quick catch up on everything that we do. Wednesday night midweek mumble with Peaky Biker was very good yesterday. A lot of people on there. Friday night is my live stream, so if you want to come and join me on the live stream Friday, we've got a couple of special guests again, as always. Come and join the boys on a chat with the crew, and as always, make sure you are over 18 because it does get very messy and very adult. And if you're offended by bad language or boys talking bikes, avoid the live streams, please. Another ride to do, hopefully in the next couple of days. I've got an Echo to ride. We've got the Cypher back, so I'm going to be, if you happen to own a Lexmoto Cypher, I've got a quirky little bike in. I'm going to have my GoPro up for that and probably put it on a tripod, but it has come in with electrical issues. Won't charge, and then will charge, then won't charge, then will charge. We put a new charger on it and it's still doing it, and now the screen keeps cutting out and the lights keep cutting out. So we should be doing a diagnostic routine on that off the technical data and showing you how to voltage check your Lexmoto Cypher. So especially for the Cypher owners, keep an eye on that. We'll be doing an in-depth, and you've just run a red light, sir, Mr. Irish person with your scrap van. Naughty, naughty man, but it's not even taxed or insured. Can't see his number plate. Each to their own. So while we're sat here listening to the bike, sounds good, sounds really, really good. They're obviously straight legged. I can just about touch the floor on this. I love the seat height on this bike. It just suits me to the ground. So absolutely lovely. So don't forget, Friday night live stream, as I was saying, come and join in on the crew. We've got the LXR Carbon. Keep an eye out for the first review of the LXR Carbon and a full ride test of that. Go and have a look at the Detroit, see what you think of my Detroit video. I thought it was a bit Marmite, that one. So the Detroit, yes, it's like a little mini bobber. It's half Tempest, half Michigan. But it's one of those bikes that I like it, but I'm not overly keen on it, if you get what I mean. So it's a bit of a weird one, that one. Anyway, let me know what you think of the LXR SE. Nice long ride test of it. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget, list of all the bikers I follow in the description down below, as always. Hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that sort of malarkey. Until the next time though, be well, ride safe, and from RB, it's going to be a big goodbye from me. And bonus extra for you, before you go, don't disappear yet, don't click the off button yet. I am going to give you the first quick look at the SE Carbon, all ready for its test ride. So little bit of a bonus for you, stick around. There it is, sitting on the yard next to RB's bike. I'm going to put the two side by side and just show you how good the LXR carbon really is. So here we go, let's park this one up here, RB's bike back there, LXR SE. There we go, check the panel out on that one. Now look at this, LXR Carbon SE Mark II, imitation carbon fibre, all the way down, blacked out TFT dash, so a little bit more refined, just a different paint scheme, but part red, part black wheel, that is different. So that's going to be coming up on my next review. But from RB, it's ta-ta for now.